Hello and welcome to this rapid cool down breath practice. So it is a heat wave of all heat waves this week in London. The skies are blue, it is beautiful, but it is scorching hot. And it can be a lot for the system when we're in four walls and not by a pool. So we're going to bring the pool to our imagination and to our systems in a different way. The pool and the cool. So come to a seated position and close the eyes. And come to the breath. So we're going to work with the breath, we're going to work with the imagination, observation, our mini superpowers. We're going to layer them up to shift our physiology, shift the heat in our system. So coming to the breath, just gently part the lips, inhaling in through the nose and allowing the exhale to pass through your lips. You can purse them slightly and just gently elongate the exhale, just very rapidly calming our system, which is likely to be working overtime to try and cool us. And also it's exhausting moving in the usual way that we do as the heat increases in very hot places around the world. Life has evolved to work around the heat. Here in the UK, that has not happened yet. So we continue, but it can add more stress. So let's exhale that stress and just slow down the body. And then just letting that breath go, come back to a natural breath and bring your awareness to your sit bones. We're going to play with our imagination, sort of imagining that we're a plant, just go with it. The plant has roots. You know how much I love roots, and imagining our roots, we're going to do that again. You are going to imagine that you are a plant, whichever plant or tree you want to be, but you're really thirsty. And just imagine those roots extending down deep into the earth to find the water. Visualize the cool, crisp, it's actually making me feel thirsty at the thought of it, the crisp water, the clear, crisp water that is life, that we are so lucky to have. And deep down in the earth, it is there too. So draw it up through your roots and imagine that you are hydrating. We're hydrating with the imagination, we're cooling with the imagination. And come back to your breath. With the breath we can hydrate, we can oxygenate, we can down-regulate and regulate. Feel the breath expanding in the chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Always put the fingertips of one hand onto your diaphragm to help to deepen the breath. And imagine the water that you're drawing up. Imagine that you have, I'm having a mind blank. The veins in leaves, is it veins in leaves? The little capillaries that go down leaves. Or if you're a tree, the water moving up through the trunk. Really work with the imagination. Focus in on that water, that crisp water moving up through, extending right to the fingertips, the ends of the branches, the tips of the leaves. I've watched as my plants, my pots, I have 5 pots in our little garden that I treasure, and I see them droop, and then I feed them water, and it's so magical to watch them come alive again. So imagine yourself doing the same. And to help to expand the breath further, imagine you have rings. One ring, another ring, another ring. You can open your eyes if you're wondering what on earth I'm talking about. Ring, 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 like this. And with your breath, on every inhale, imagine you're just expanding to another ring, expanding the boundaries. It doesn't need to be forced. A deep inhale that's incredibly hydrating can be very gentle. That's why I love seeing movement of wind in the trees, because it makes me think of the breath, because it looks so freeing. So that's what I often bring to mind. And then releasing the breath, releasing the image, and just flicker the eyes open. So I'm going to finish with a breath practice. It might look a bit funny, but it really works. You're going to inhale through your teeth. So no one's watching, but to be honest, I do this on the street. I do it on the tube because it really works. You're going to inhale in through your mouth. It cools the breath down. Magic. I love the breath. It's so cool. So closing the eyes again. Inhaling the breath in through the teeth. And releasing it out through pursed lips. So you're getting that release of the breath, that elongated exhale once again, which is very soothing, very calming. And then you're getting the extra bonus of the cool down on the inhale. Do 3 more of the cooling breaths. And then just release the breath. Come back to a natural breath and just take a moment to notice and observe the very cooling effects of what the breath can do, what imagination and observation can do to shift how you feel, how the system feels in just 10 minutes. And you could do all of that even in 5, and you could do that anywhere. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center, your thumbs to your third eye, the space between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. And know that this is also a practice that you can use when you simply just feel overwhelmed, heated, not necessarily because of the sun and the humidity and the temperature, but heated from life. Wherever you are, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.